In a recent video I did about China, you can check it out on the channel here, it shook a lot of people to the core. Accusations about bias, propaganda, bigotry. Someone even directly came to my DM and accused me of being a paid propagandist, an enemy of my people, being sponsored by the West. He even threatened to expose me to his platform on TikTok. In my mind, I'm like, you guys are getting paid to bash China.
You guys are getting paid?
Shame I did it for free then. But as an equal opportunity commentator, let's talk about the US today and their influence in Lagos, Nigeria. Everybody must collect. In more recent years, Tinubu's ties with the US have remained significant as he continues to seek diplomatic and economic partnership. His conversations with US officials, including the recent 2023 telephone conversation with US Secretary of State Antony Blinken, reflects his ongoing engagement with American leadership. During that call, Tinubu emphasized Nigeria's crucial role in Africa and highlighted the need for US support in areas like security and economic investment. So imagine you were Tinubu and the US has been a close ally for decades. When you become president, what would you do? Yes, that's right. You give them a foothold in your country. You see, for years, even before he became president, Tinubu has been in the background controlling things and moving people around like chess pieces. And I bet you're wondering, it's just US consulate. What's the big deal? Well, it's a pretty big deal for a burgeoning development like Eko Atlantic to house the US consulate. Let's take a look at Egypt. Egypt has been struggling for years to get buy-in into its new carrier city, and a major hurdle was getting foreign embassies to be domiciled in this ambitious new city, much like Eko Atlantic. Tons and tons of diplomacy and negotiations had to take place for that to happen. And from the US supporting Egypt and giving them all the support they needed, up to the tune of $1.3 billion in military aid to secure their country and fight terrorists, to pulling about $58 million in aid since September last year, the moment Egypt stopped being a good boy by not making progress on human rights. The truth is, if you do not dance to the tune of the US, you don't get any goodies. So for the US to have a consulate in Eko Atlantic of all places, it is not a coincidence. And the question is, why? Why Eko Atlantic? Don't get it twisted. The mere fact that the US consulate's decision to relocate to Eko Atlantic in Lagos is more than just a strategic move. It's proof that the United States recognizes Lagos as a key player in Africa's future. They see something that most Nigerians don't see. The question is what? We'll get to that. So Eko Atlantic is a massive new development built on reclaimed land along the coast of Victoria Island. It represents the growing ambition of Lagos to become a global economic hub. Now, by placing the new US consulate in this ultra-modern, high-security location, the US is signaling its intent to be a central part of the city's evolution and future growth. Lagos is already the economic powerhouse of Nigeria, responsible for about a third of the country's GDP. And Eko Atlantic symbolizes the future of this booming metropolis. With its cutting-edge infrastructure, upscale business districts, and environmentally sustainable designs, Eko Atlantic is poised to become the new financial center of West Africa. The US clearly sees the potential for Lagos to emerge as a dominant global city, much like Dubai or Singapore, and it wants to establish a strong foothold there early on. But this is good, right? Eko Atlantic will soon be huge. Hooray for Lagos. You see, Lagos is not the only place the US has tried this strategy. Take Southwest London, for example. The US Embassy moved to 9 Elms in Battersea, a rapidly developing area once considered underutilized. Sound familiar? I have been there. Now, over the time, the area has transformed into a thriving business district with high-end residential developments and cutting-edge office spaces, drawing global corporations and foreign investments. By situating itself in a previously untapped area, the US played a part in turning 9 Elms into a sought-after prime real estate hub in London. The US is looking to replicate this success in Lagos, and Eko Atlantic offers the same opportunity, being part of the city's rapid development as it grows into a global center of commerce and finance. The consulate's presence is not just about diplomatic activity, it's about establishing a permanent US influence in a space that would likely drive Nigeria and even Africa's economic future. The American government and corporations understand the economic potential in Lagos, and they want to position themselves in the heart of that growth. By investing in Eko Atlantic, the US is ensuring it stays close to the business and political elite in Nigeria's most prosperous and rapidly evolving city. It's a way to cement influence, build deeper economic ties, and maintain a strong diplomatic presence in what many believe will be one of Africa's key cities for decades to come. Now, where does that leave you? See, if you are to learn anything from the rapid development of Southwest London, particularly in the Nine Elms and Battersea areas, depending on who you are, it can be an opportunity to plug in early, or a cautionary tale of how large-scale urban transformation, driven in part by international influence, including the US Embassy's relocation, can significantly impact local residents, particularly when it comes to affordability and property value. You see, when the US Embassy moved to Nine Elms in 2018, it was part of a broader effort to revitalize what was once a post-industrial part of London, or so everyone thought. But in just a few years, the area saw a massive influx of investment, new luxury development, and modern office spaces. But with this transformation came a steep rise in living costs, effectively pushing out long-term residents who could no longer afford to live in the area. For instance, property prices in Nine Elms skyrocketed after the US Embassy's arrival, with luxury apartments in new developments like Embassy Gardens starting at £600,000, while some penthouses reached £10 million. Even rental prices surged, with a two-bedroom apartment in the area going for £3,000 to £5,000 a month. Local shops and businesses, previously catering to the needs of average citizens, were replaced by high-end stores, restaurants, and services targeting a wealthier demographic. This led to gentrification, where traditional working-class communities were priced out, forced to move further away as the areas became an exclusive enclave for wealthy foreign investors, diplomats, and professionals. This same pattern of development and its associated problems is beginning to unfold in Lagos, particularly with the US consulate's relocation to Eko Atlantic. Eko Atlantic, like Nine Elms, is being marketed as a futuristic city within a city, an ultra-modern development designed to attract high-end businesses, expatriates, and wealthy Nigerians. The cost of housing in Eko Atlantic is already astronomical by Nigerian standard. A luxury apartment in the district can cost between 200 million to 500 million naira. And with some properties going even higher, renting a two-bedroom apartment in the area could range from 15 million naira to 20 million naira. Prices that are well beyond and above the range of average Lagosians. As Eko Atlantic continues to develop, there's an opportunity or real risk, depending on how you look at it, that the surrounding areas will follow the path of Nine Elms, with housing prices in Victoria Island and Lekki escalating rapidly. Middle-class Nigerians who once lived comfortably in these neighborhoods are already feeling the pressure, and many are being pushed further inland to less developed parts of Lagos. Meanwhile, Eko Atlantic is becoming a playground for the elite, with luxury shopping malls, five-star hotels, and corporate offices catering to an affluent international crowd, much like what happened in Southwest London. The problem is that with this type of rapid elite-driven development, it often benefits foreign investors and wealthy Nigerians, while the average citizens face the brunt of the consequences. Basic goods and services in the surrounding areas become more expensive as local businesses shift to cater to a wealthier clientele. Public infrastructure such as schools and hospitals may see improvements in this high area and zones, but these benefits do not often trickle down to the broader population. In Lagos, where the housing crisis is already acute, the rise of Eko Atlantic threatens to exacerbate existing inequalities. The city's population is growing rapidly, with an estimated 20 million residents, and the demand for affordable housing far exceeds supply. The focus on luxury development like Eko Atlantic divert attention and resources away from building the kinds of affordable housing that average Nigerians desperately need. Moreover, As the city becomes more divided between the ultra-rich and the rest of the population, social tensions could worsen. In essence, what happened in southwest London could very well be a preview of what's to come in Lagos, as the US and other global players gain a foothold in Eko Atlantic, driving up prices and creating a wealthy enclave average Lagosians are left to grapple with rising costs, limited housing options, and the ever-widening gap between the rich and the poor. The fear is that Lagos, like parts of London, will become a city where only the elite can afford to live in the most desirable areas, while the rest are pushed to the fringes. I mean, this is wonderful news for wealthy investors to position early, but this shift could affect not only housing, but erode the social fabric of the city, leaving long-term residents disconnected from their own neighborhoods. But this doesn't have to spell doom for you. As I speak, hundreds of Lagosians who have the means are waking up to what's really going on here and investing in Eko Atlantic. When the boom happens, they too will be among the top 1% and benefit from this. If not, the whole thing will belong to the US and other foreign countries like China. Yes, I mentioned China again, sue me. This can all be confusing, right? You don't even know where to start with investing or even getting information on how to go about it. Prices of land in Eko Atlantic start at $1,000 per square meter, with the minimum of 1,000 square meters that you can purchase, and apartments from as low as $100,000 to $250,000. This is where I come in. Contact me and we can discuss how you too can get a slice of the pie in Eko Atlantic. They are trying to take Lagos away from under us, and now you know about it. Your move. What are you going to do about it? Thank you so very much for watching. This is the Ownahome TV show. Here at Ownahome, we believe that owning a home, owning a property should not make you lose sleep. So we're committed to giving you the very best property recommendations and insider real estate gist.
So behind me here is the US Consulate building, and if you look at the design of this thing, let me just show you the design. It's very, very similar to what they have for what they want to put in Lagos. And I'm sensing a theme, and just this whole of this complex belongs to the embassy. You have offices, you have apartments, you also have stores all around. You have greenery, and this is at the heart of London, and so you know what it's going to be. You know, the one that is in Nigeria that is proposed is going to be about $200+ million, and so you know it's affecting the residential real estate around here. So see the sort of high-rise buildings, you know, like this one that are around here. You know, this is tying everything together, and that one is going to be at Eko Atlantic. More reasons why you should even invest in that area, to buy land, buy a house, because this literally is the potential right here. Potential.